What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay. I'm gonna be uploading like 3 to 4 videos today because I don't really have anything else to do right now. So I'm just gonna get a bunch of videos out if I can get this to work because it wasn't working. I recorded a whole video earlier and it just wasn't working, but now it's working. So that's just what happens though when you do this type of shit. Sometimes it fucks up. But we will do the replay versus Splevin, and this match is for the Slifer. This is the finals of the Slifer, so let's see what happened in the gameplay on what went down. He's on Chaos Return, and I'm on Chaos Turbo. So this will be the first video. If this is okay, it's still working good. Alright, just making sure. So, I throw rock, I think, because I'm thinking that he's going to throw scissors on me. And he throws paper and just covers my rocks, so that's unfortunate. So he gets to go first. Come on, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? It's lagging like a motherfucker. Alright, so he opens Cyberjar, Deco, MST, Spy, Chaos Sork, and one day it will show the next card. And Book of Moon, okay? And I've got Card Destruction, Tribe, Knock, Jar, and Sinister. He decides to set Spy and set MST and pass. I draw into a card destruction, I think. But what I was thinking about doing was just summoning this tribe and just going for it. But I just felt like that wasn't the right play. So I just decided just to knock. But that's like the best case scenario that it was Spy. So now I'm definitely regretting that I did not just summon this tribe and just go for it. And now all I can pretty much do is set the jar in the Spy and pass. He in-phase MSTs my jar, so that really sucks. He draws it to a DD Warrior Lady. He decides to just summon the DD Warrior Lady, and it is a Spy. And he banishes all of the spies, so he banishes that Spy. So that's fine. I draw into a Upstart. I fire the Upstart into a Faith. And I set the Fate, then I just pass. He draws into a Zaborg, so he runs out this Deco and attacks, and probably should have got the knock, but instead I just get Upstart and just say screw it, and he sets Book of Moon and passes. I draw into MST, so I fire this Upstart into a Night Assailant, and then I run out Tribe and try to pop him, but he has the Book of Moon. Glad I didn't MST. And I just go to battle and I swing, and he draws into a Dust Shoot, which is a pretty good draw for him. I set the MST and pass. He draws into a return. He sets the return, sets the Cyberjar, and sets the Dust Shoot. I in-phase, hit the return. I don't know if that was better than hitting the Dust Shoot, but he's got a lot of monsters in this move and play den there, so pretty happy that I hit the return there, even though he has the Dust Shoot that he's about to get off right here. I draw Tsukiyomi, and I get the Sinister back to my hand. And then he just Dust Shoots me. He puts the Night Assailant back, which really sucks. And I just thought this was like something like a tomato or something, so I decided just to run out the Tsukiyomi, hoping that this would just like clear, and then I can main phase 2 just pop it with Tribe. But unfortunately, it was a Cyberjar, so I got big time punished. And now the that just hit me out of nowhere. Did not expect that at all. He mills Mirror Force, BLS, Dust Tornado, Deco, and Zaborg, and I mill a Deco, a BLS, a Ring, a Sangan, and a Mirror Force. And I get everything back, and he decides to set his Deco, getting the extra card, which is fine. And then I decide just to run right into the Deco with the Deco and not set it because I figured he has the board. He's just going to flip it, pop one, hit one, so why not? He draws Blade Knight for the Deco, and I decide just to set Ring and just pass. He draws into a Shining Angel, so he tries to run out Shining Angel and crash to my Deco. I just ring the Shining Angel right away. Don't want to get that off. And he banishes a Dart, banishes a Light, and drops the BLS. And banishes my Sengen, so no matter what, he's going to be able to drop the BLS. I didn't ring or didn't, so it didn't really matter. Maybe I could have just saved the ring for another monster, but I just felt like just ringing that was just a better play. Maybe it wasn't the better play now that I think about it. Should have just maybe waited for the BLS. But it happens. So he sets Dust Tornado and sets Mirror Force and passes. I draw into Snatch Steel. Now I know he has Dust Tornado, so I can't just fire this. I know he has Mirror Force, and I know he has Dust Tornado. So I can't just fire the Snatch Steel. So I decide to just drop the BLS on him and banish it. Banish his BLS. And I hit him for 1400 here. He doesn't do anything. And then I decide to set the card destruction in the Mirror Force. And he end phase hits me with a Dust Tornado. And gets my Mirror Force, so that sucks. He summons the Blade Knight. And runs into my Deco. I take the 200. And then main phase 2, he knocks the Sinister. Okay. So he's at 5700. He's got the Mirror Force set, which I know it is. I draw the Heavy Storm, so I notice his, whatchamacallit. So now I wish I wouldn't have set the card destruction, but it is what it is. So I just fire this Heavy. I do not know he has Sork. I know he has Zaborg in hand. So if I would have known he has Sork, maybe I would have just, like, banished the shit and just said, fuck it. But instead, I just go for damage here and get in for the 4400, putting him down to 1300, and I just pass. He draws into Solemn Judgment. He banishes the Dart, banishes the Light, and drops the Chaos Sork on me. And he banishes my BLS. He sets Solemn Judgment and just passes. I draw into Graceful Charity. He does not know I have Snatch Steel. So I just fire this Graceful Burst, and he Solemn Judgments it, putting him at 650. And that's like music to my ears because I activate Snatch Steel. And let's fucking go. I get game 1. So now we go on to the game 2. He'll get to go first again. He opened Cyberjar again. MST, Snatch, BLS, Dust Shoot, and a Spy. I've got the Dirt again, just like game 1. Spy, Chaos Sork, Card Destruction, Tsukiyomi, and Ring. He sets the Cyberjar, sets the Dust Shoot, and just passes. I draw into a Night Assailant. He fires the Dust Shoot here. So he decides to put the Night Assailant back on the deck. And I decide to just set Spy, set Ring, and pass. Probably should have just summoned this and just swung. But it didn't happen like that. So he hits me with the MST on the Ring. That sucks. And then he just flips Cyberjar. And I get punished big time. He mills Zaborg, Return, Pot, Knock, and Torrential. And I get MST, Pot of Greed, Regeki Break, Spy, and Duo. I decide to put the Spy in attack mode and just say screw it. And now this is not looking good for me at all because he's got a gazillion cards. And I don't have... It's going to get bad in a minute. How about that? Pot of Greed. He Pot of Greeds into Graceful and DD Warrior Lady. And then he Graceful Charities into Shining Angel, Mind Control, and Duo. So he's got full Trinity here with this Cyberjar, and he's just got everything in the world, and I don't have a fuck thing here. So obviously it is over. He discards Zaborg and discards the DD Warrior Lady. He hits me with a Duo, and out of 7 cards, the man rolls a 1 like a beast and picks my Pot of Greed. So I just thought that was really fucking funny. Out of 7 cards, he gets my best one. And then he just drops BLS on my bitch ass. And he gets in for the 4800 here, putting me down to 32. He sets Spy, Return, Dust Tornado, and passes. I draw into a Knock, which I guess is fine, but it doesn't really matter. I decide to just knock his monster. And then just say screw it and go for a card destruction. To hope to draw some kind of something to stop him. I draw Mirror Forge, Jar, Kaiku, and Upstart. He draws Mind Control, Bazoo, Blade Knight, Dust Shoot. I Upstart into Upstart. And then I upstart into Tribe. Decide to just summon the Tribe and use Tribe's effect. Discard the Jar of Greed to kill the BLS, get him for 1600. I set the Mirror Force, he end-phase Dust Tornadoes me, and he summons Bazoo, and that is the game. He had game anyways because he had return, so it wouldn't matter. I was at 3200. So we will go to game 3. He shitted on me that game with the good old Cyber Jar. And game 1, he almost shitted on me with Cyber Jar. I just barely came back. In this game, he does not Cyber Jar, but it's just a crazy game how I just barely have exact game and draw the perfect fucking card. So we're going to check it out. He opens Deco, Torrential, Blade Knight, Knock, Shining Angel, and I've got Book of Moon, Mind Control, Night Assailant, Solemn, MST, and Knock. I get to go first for the first time this match. So I decide to just say, fuck it, and I set everything in my hand. I just say, set 6, pass. I'm playing Morphin Jar, and I just pass. He draws into a Blade Knight. So now, instead of just summoning this Blade Knight to try to get over it, he decides to knock my Night Assailant, which I don't think really was the right play to do. I would have just ran out one of these Blade Knights and just said screw it and tried to attack. And that probably would have been pretty efficient because I had nothing to stop that. But instead, he knocks, gets rid of both my Night Assailants. He sets the Blade Knight as a bluff, and he sets Torrential and just passes. I in-phase MST the Torrential. I draw into a Spy. I hit him with a Mind Control, and of course it's a Blade Knight, so that's my first neg. I set Spy and I just pass. He draws into a Solemn Judgment, so that's pretty good for him. He flips up the Blade Knight, goes to battle, hoping that it's a flip, but it's a Spy. There's no way I'm going to set something that is just going to get killed anyways. I mean, I guess maybe if he thought I had to set it, but he takes 400, I grab a Spy, which is definitely crucial this game. This Spy right here is the shit. This one in particular. So he sets Solemn Judgment and sets the Shining Angel and passes. I draw into a Upstart. I activate the Upstart into Sork, which is completely fucking dead. I have no light. I hit him with a Knock and Shining Angel, so he baits me again pretty much because he didn't set Deco. He's saving his Deco. He draws DD Warrior Lady. He decides to set Deco and just pass. I draw into a Deco, so I just set Deco and I just pass. He draws into Dust Tornado. He flips Deco. I say okay. He draws into Graceful Charity, so it's just like, alright, this is awesome. He fires Graceful, and I just hit screw it, and I Solemn. And of course, he has Solemn as well. Still recording, okay. So he Solemns my Solemn, so he gets to draw 3. He draws into Heavy Storm, Shining Angel, and Duo. So the last card, Duo, clutches shit again, just like last game. Gonna shit on me right here with his Duo. He discards Blade Knight and Shining Angel. He runs into the Deco. I draw into a Torrential. He hits me with a Duo, getting full value on Duo. I can't do nothing. It's a Torrential and a Sword. He sets the Dust Tornado and sets the DD Warrior Lady and just passes. I draw into a Mind Control. So I decide to just use the Mind Control on the face down, hoping it's something of value. And of course, he based the shit out of me again. So I wasted my Mind Control, 2 Mind Controls, and a Knock this game. Wasted. Went neg fucking 3. How do I come back from that is the question. Let's find out on Dragon Ball Z. He draws into a BLS, which he cannot play because he can't get the Deco in Graveyard, so he has no Dark. So he decides to flip up this DD Warrior Lady and clear one of the Spies. I take 500. And I just say, okay, that's fine. And he switches his Deco to defense. I don't really know why he really did that because, like, if I Mirror Force, he just brings out BLS anyway. So it's like, don't you want that to go to the graveyard? That confused me right there for a little bit, but hey. I draw into a Thunder Dragon, which is completely dead, so I discard it. And of course, when I discard it, the next card is Pot of Greed. So I was mad as shit. I remember that. I was really hot, like, damn it. Next card was Pot. This fucking cat is in the sink, making noises and won't shut the fuck up. He draws into a knock, which is pretty dead right now. And I draw into a Jar of Greed, which again is pretty dead. I set the Jar of Greed, but it baits out his Dust Tornado, so he pops the Jar of Greed. He draws into a MST, and he decides to set the MST and pass. And what is the card that can win the game exactly? When he has 2 monsters on the field, I have 2. What is the best card in my entire deck I could draw right now? Is it BLS? Yeah, BLS would have done it too. BLS or Tribe Infecting Virus, Coronavirus. Let's go. He was at exactly 28. So I summon the Tribe. I call Warriors. I call Machines. Switch it to attack mode. All he has is MST. And that is the game. Came back after going -3 with both my controls. Well, not really. I didn't really go neg. I did go -2. I didn't go -3. Because knock, I did get rid of the Shining Angel at least. But definitely went -2 on this. And he went even more plus on me with Duo. He had complete advantage of me. I just got completely lucky and just sacked the Tribe. Just the way it is. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! But y'all hit the like, hit the sub. This is the first video of 3 today. I'm going to try to get out. Peace out.